We'll now look into case study number 2. Case study number 2 is interesting as we are investigating multiple levels of threat. An email has been phished and credentials have been gained and thusly tried to be used to gain remote access to a machine. It is your job to go into this company, analyze the hive through shellbags, and see if you can find any information that could be of use. Some more background information is provided. Arasaka is a global conglomerate whose subsidiaries span across several industry types, including defense, investment banking, manufacturing, private security, and biotechnology. As a cybersecurity analyst working within the company and their security department, you're responsible for learning about any potential threats, breaches, and investigate any reports. On March 26, 2021, you have received a report that an employee within the company accidentally clicked a phishing link and imported their credentials for the VNC client. The employee mentioned that they initially clicked the phishing link on March 21st and imported their username and password in the combination that same day. They thought it was legitimate email until they noticed the email's domain was not one of the companies affiliated with. You were able to receive the computer shellbag through the registry hive, and as a part of the investigation, are you able to figure out any patterns of unusual activity? And if so, what was done? What tools were used? And what information have you found? We will first begin the investigation by importing the registry hive that we have collected. We'll do so from registry file and selecting the user class.dat. Once it opens and it has been parsed by the application, we'll be presented again with all the information. Now, the important thing is to start by date. Today's date is March 26th, and we know that the employee entered in the credentials on March 21st. So let's go ahead and sort in between these two dates and see if we can find any useful information. We navigate to the global event filters. We'll select March 21st and leave it at midnight. Notice again how the timeline updates in real time. We'll now select an end date of March 26th. As we can see in the timeline, we do have quite a few registry writes as well as some last access dates. We can go ahead and scroll through and, we see some information that we would expect. The company does a lot of different things, and so thus we see all those different things. So where do we start? We can start by looking for items that have been created or registry rights. This would indicate that somebody has gained access and continue to put a file on there. Generally, when somebody has access to a system, they'd like to continue to have access undetected, so they'd add some sort of backdoor. Let us begin by searching to see if we can find this kind of information. We'll select item last registry right, as well as item creation. We can see here and scroll through, and well, honestly right away, we see this program here. It should be known that this program is a well-known post-exploitation tool. We can then see the location path of this file if we go to the shell inspector. We see that it was in my computer, see user, documents, application. We can now navigate over to the registry view and expand further in the registry tree. We go from drives to see, user, documents, and to applications. From there, we can see that directory that we found in the table below. Well, this is interesting, and now we have some information that leads us to believe that somebody has tried to gain remote access to this machine. If we look up, we will actually see that the applications directory was created just shortly before. We can keep looking to see other information found within this applications directory. We keep scrolling down and we find some more information that appears to be kind of useful. We have this WinPEAS that was also created. Now note, this is also another tool that is useful. Upon further examination, we also see Bloodhound was found, another tool used in post-exploitation. Continuing, we see PowerView. PowerView is a tool used for PowerShell. We also see that Nmap was downloaded. Nmap is a tool used for finding network locations. To conclude, we can see that the attacker was able to gain access to the machine that they were targeting. They started to add some files to make sure that they always had access once the user may have closed the first exploit, and then continued to add more files and applications that they could use to then gain further information on the network. tools used such as PowerView and Nmap can be used to show intentions of further exploitation. Good thing we've caught them now, so we know to address the situation. This is another case in where shellbags can be useful and can provide information to a digital forensics investigator. I hope you guys found this tool useful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us, the developers of the Seashells application. You can find the website here through the QR code as well as through the web address down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching and hope you enjoyed.